Welcome back, my brother, to Sex, Money, and Power, the three laws of manhood. And right now, we're going to be working on the third and final law of manhood. And like my other series, if you're listening to this right now, you are probably one of the 10% of men that have really taken charge and stepped into this vision, this journey. I know that already you've received some value. And hopefully by now you've started implementing some of the steps that we've been talking about here. If you haven't, please go back, revisit, let the messages land. Now, many of you know it's okay to really fuck up the start. And it's somewhat okay to fuck up the process, but you cannot fuck up the ending. Athletes know this. Pilots know this. You can take your time as a pilot to get off Mother Earth. And 90% of the time, you're going to be going the wrong way anyway. So it's course correcting when you're out in air. But the one thing that you can't fuck up as a pilot is the landing. So I'm going to ask you guys to go through your individual process. If it takes time implementing some of these things, that's okay. And if you fail or if you lose your way during the process, that's okay too. But you can't fuck up the ending. You can't fuck up your children. You can't fuck up your partner. You can't fuck up your business. You cannot let the lack of maturity, Peter Pan, get in the way of your success. You cannot let the tyrant get in the way of your children, your partner, your business. This cannot be your story. And if it has been, let's just consider that this was part of the process, but not the end. If you made it this far of this journey, you know, without a shadow of doubt, exactly which one of these first two that has been missing. Maybe it's both, maybe it's one. Maybe you've got both of these, the first two sorted out. Maybe it's the third thing that we're about to talk to right now. So as we go into this, let's uncover, first of all, the three needs of men, just to understand what this law 3 is. See, all of us, we have these same needs. These are just let's call it the basic needs for all men. We have a need to be respected. We have this need that, you know, that our wives, that our colleagues, that our bosses, that our clients, that our team, that our children respect us. Now, this is something that is not going to always be sustained. Like some of their behaviors might come across disrespectful, but at the end of the day, we have to feel like we're respected. Every man needs his space. Now, this has got nothing to do with introvert, extrovert, or anything like that. Now, for an introvert, his space might be his man cave, might be with a book, might be doing something solo. But even an extrovert needs his space. And this space is a space that is away from all of his responsibilities. Not for long, just for a short period of time. Every man needs his space to go hang out with the boys, to go for a hiking, to go get on his jet ski, to go spend some time with nature. Or maybe it's just time with a book. Maybe it's time just with his pets. Every man needs his space. This is not something that we need too much of. We can get away with maybe half an hour a day, maybe one day a month, one day a fortnight, but every man needs his space. And every man needs intimacy. He needs love. And I'm not just talking about sex here, guys, because sex is only 6% of intimacy. I'm talking about real, authentic connection. Every man needs this. And the unfortunate thing, hopefully, that you have discovered, the only reason why we don't have this, if you don't have this, the only reason why we don't have this is because of us. And we're going to land the plane here by talking about the third law. And this should actually say third law. The third law, the legend. Now, what makes a legend? What makes a legend is his greatness. If we think about all the legends in history, we don't remember them because of the job that they did necessarily. We don't remember them because of what kind of a nice guy they were. We remember them because of what they left behind, what they created, and what they left behind. When you are going into your greatness, it's not about, are you a good father? Are you a good provider? A legend is someone that has created some sort of greatness, like the light bulb, like the telephone, like cars or wheel or whatever it is. Someone has created something out of his genius, out of his essence, and has left it behind for future generations. This could be a way of life, like Buddha, for example. This could be a new way of thinking. It doesn't have to be stuff. So let's understand, what is your greatness? See, so many of us men are fixated on our responsibility of being a nice guy or a good man. We need to pay the bills. We need to take care of our wives. We need to take care of our ex-wives. We need to take care of our children. We need to take care of our staff. And we get lost in these responsibilities. And we do this with so little energy. See, we are continuously, as men, it is inside of us that we give. We're providers, we're givers. But some men out there can give a ton load and still feel energized, whereas other men, they just give a little bit and they feel exhausted. And this is because it has everything to do with your level of energy. We are continuously making significant sacrifice every single day, and barely do other people see this. And it hurts when the ones that we love, the ones that we cherish, don't see the sacrifices that we make in our life. And this is what makes us feel disrespected. And because of this disrespect on a daily basis, time and time after again, we become unavailable emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And as this unavailability happens, we become more and more silent. We stop saying things because what's the point? But what happens inside of us is that we become resentful. We become angry. And as we're becoming resentful and angry, our kids see us as the angry dad or maybe the moody man. The people that we love, the ones that we cherish, the ones that we make this sacrifice to, they end up walking on eggshells around us, especially when it has to do with topics that involve money or your time. Our home becomes a place that is becoming toxic. Your relationship becomes stale. Sex, if you do have it, becomes a heartless fucking. You do end up releasing, but then you close up. We then resent our partner for not making it pleasurable for you. Brother, if this sounds like you, none of this is your greatness. You've allowed something that is not in alignment with who you are take over you. So to understand our greatness, we really need to understand the three types of men that are out there. The first type is the nice man. Now, the nice man is another word for a people pleaser. Now, these men are liked, but they are not respected. This is because they're always seeking validation. People don't see this nice guy's angry, resentful side, but once in a while, people that are close to him see how toxic he can get. The second type of man is a good man. Now, this is someone that has done all the right things in life. He went out there, got the job, got the car, got the wife, got the kids, got the house, got a better job, got a better car, got a better wife. Um, this is a man that's done all the right things in life. He's a conventional man. Now, he's a safe bet. He's a safe bet because he's not a people pleaser, and he's just focused on doing the right things. But history won't remember him. But his family will always feel safe around him. Sadly, in this good man's heart, he lives with a level of regret, a level of guilt, a level of shame. He knows he could have become something, and he's settled for a life that is well below his potential. See, a good man is not a great man. A great man. Oh, yeah. I love this guy. A great man. See, this guy's a dangerous man. He's able to control his aggression, and he can channel his aggression without the need of anger. But somehow the people around him still feel safe. This is because his dangerous and aggressive side is 100% in his control. And the people around him know that as long as we meet these level of non-violation, we're not going to experience his anger, his aggressiveness, his dangerous side. So this man has trained his animal to walk beside him. See, most men, both good men and nice guys, they've taken the animal that exists in every single man and they've put it in a cage and they've suppressed it. Now, once in a while, this animal does let it come out and it's game over. But this guy here, a great man, he's someone that has trained his animal to walk beside him without a leash, without a cage, and the animal obeys him. Now, in the Awakened Men, I talk deeply about this animal. What is this animal that exists inside all men? And how we can actually train this animal to walk beside us instead of being on a leash, instead of being in a cage. And when we actually train this animal to walk beside us, we get to control where it goes, where it attacks, where it hunts. This is something that all men need to do at some stage of your life. Train this animal. Otherwise, the animal will break free from your suppression. And when he does, it's game over for your business, for your finances, for your relationship, for your parenting, for your kids. It's all over. Now, throughout history, this animal always breaks out. And gentlemen, think about yourself. Think about the damages that your father or other men in your life have done to you. Do you think it came from a place of compassion and love? Or did it come from the escape of this animal breaking free from its cage? Where did it come from? See, a great man, not only is he a dangerous man, he's also a sensual man. He's a kind, compassionate man. He's a lover, but he's also ready to fight for what he loves. And that's what makes him dangerous. History will remember this man for the dragons that he's faced and the caves that he's conquered. I'll say that again. History will remember this man for the dragons that he's faced and the caves that he's conquered. Dragons and caves. See, all men are fighting dragons, their own dragons, whether if you want to call this demons or anything like that, but all men are fighting dragons, but they don't even know what they're fighting for or why they're fighting. And that's what differentiates a great man between a good man or a nice guy. See, in ancient mystical mythology, it was believed that caves stored the greatest gold known to men. And caves, these caves were very dark and uninviting by its nature. Only the bravest hunters, the bravest warriors could enter into this darkness. These caves were also guarded by dragons. And the warrior or the knight will need to beat this dragon before he can enter this darkness. Before he can enter this cave where the greatest gold was stored. See, these stories, these ancient stories, they all act as symbolism. And in this particular case, the story between the dragon and the cave, or the night dragon in the caves, which I'm sure you would have heard of while you were kids. These stories best describe the journey of a man. The dragon that symbolizes the conventional norms that we use to control boys. These conventional norms could have been passed down from your parents, society, or schools. These are the things that were taught on to us, that men shouldn't be aggressive, for example. Men should always be the providers, that a man is judged by how much money he brings home. These were all stories that were placed on us to protect us. But this protection over time, has limited us from us becoming great men. The dragon symbolizes your limitations, the limitations of every man in his life. And a warrior, a knight, in his first step, needs to break down his limitations. What are the limitations that you can think of right now that limits you in your relationships, that limits you in your parenting, your business, your finances, your health, and so on? What are those limitations? And these are the first thing that every man needs to face off, really question his beliefs, really question these limitations that have been placed on us before we can enter the cave, before we can enter the greatness. See, the cave symbolizes the area of our lives. So there's various different area of our life. In fact, there are close to 16 different areas of our life. And think of all of these 16 different areas, for example, finances, our purpose, our relationship, our family, our passions, all of these things, and there's 16 of them. All of these things are different caves. And each of these caves are protected, guarded by our limiting beliefs, aka dragons. And in order to become successful in all of these 16 different areas of our lives, we need to first face off our limitations. The second thing that we need to do, we need to enter the dark cave. It's scary. It's dark. If you remember boys, or when you were a boy, you didn't really like the darkness. It scared you. And it also excited you at the same time. So it's only when we face off our dragons and when we enter the dark caves are we going to find our gold. Our gold in this story is your gift. Every single one of us has a unique gift, a medicine that is stored inside of our heart. Now, for whatever reason, how psychology works, that in order to find your gifts, your why, your purpose, your identity, we must first enter the darkness of our psychology. And in order to do that, we must face off our dragon or dragons. See, when it comes to greatness, all women have this burning desire to bathe in their man's greatness. This is why most women date men for their potential. And this often backfires on them because most men don't achieve their greatness. Most men are nice guys. They're angry and resentful inside, and a few men become good men, but they still never reach their potential. But when a man reaches his greatness, that melts in a good way the insides of a woman because they want to bathe in your greatness. You know, there are some men, some women out there that they don't want anything else than a man, a family, a house. But secretly, they want a man, a family, a house, and a great man. Because whatever the man succeeds is also her success. All women have this burning desire to bathe in a great in their man's success. And when you get there, you will get the respect of your woman. You will get the respect of your bosses, your colleagues, your business, your clients, your fans, whatever you want to call it. You will earn the respect, and all you have to do is beat the dragon, enter the darkness of your cave, find your gold. So what am I actually talking about here? What the hell are these three questions? Nero, be more facts driven, be more detailed. Don't tell me a story about dragons, caves, and goals. What are you talking about? Okay, guy. Okay, brother, I've got you. I've got you. There are answers to three questions that all men must know. Who am I? Now, you might be saying, hey, my name is Nero. No, that's not what I'm talking about, brother. Who are you? Well, Nero is a coach. Nero is a speaker. Nero is a writer. No, that's not who you are. Those are just roles that you do. Well, Nero's a father. Nero's right now a fiance. Right? No. These are still roles that you play. Who are you? Who are you? And this here is the gold. When you know who you are, all of your limitations fade away. This is beyond a spiritual question. This is a psychological question. We must know who we are so we can shape our character, shape our vision, shape every part of us, our values, our morals, everything in alignment with who I am. Now, I can spend close to about 3 weeks nonstop talking about this one topic, but I want to move to the next one. Why do you exist? Now, what we're talking about here is your purpose. What is your purpose here? What is your purpose as a man? What is your purpose in your family? What is your purpose as a husband, a partner? What is your purpose in this life? And finally, what am I here to do? As in, what is your life mission? Gentlemen, if you can find the answers of these three questions and live it, you can't just find the answers. You've got to be able to live it. If you can find the answers to these three questions and live it, it is inevitable that you will become or you will step into your greatness. Inevitable. So how do I find the answers to these three questions? And gentlemen, it's not a simple answer. Well, it is a simple answer, I should say, but it's not a quick answer. There is a journey that you need to go through in every single one of these questions. And when you find these answers of all of these questions, clarity will find you. Opportunities will find you. Wealth will find you. Love, sex, money, power, all of these things will find you in abundance. If you want abundant everything, find the answers to these three questions, live accordingly to this answer, be in your greatness, and you will find everything come your way. So how do I find these three questions? Gentlemen, step into the container. Now, the unconventional brotherhood is a trial space. We don't go too much into who am I, why do I exist, what am I here to do? But the warrior or the awakened men, which may have changed by the time that you watch this, these two containers, you will find your greatness. You will have more sex, money, and power. You will have the respect from your family, from your wife, from your children, from your colleagues, from everyone around you. This is your space. This is where you will learn about intimacy. You will learn what kind of a man you are. And if there's parts of it that you don't like, it is in this space, in this container, that you will evolve beyond it. Gentlemen, I strongly invite you to reach out now. Somewhere on this page is a booking form that you can reach out to me directly and book a call in with me or one of my coaches. And we can explore exactly what is it that's going on with you right now. Don't let this, don't come this far and not have a free conversation. Don't reach this far and actually not progress past this. There's a link below. Click on it now. Let's book in a time. Let's get you into your greatness. Let's get that respect into your life. Let's find the answers to these three questions and live beyond this. So to wrap up this series, and I really want to thank you for staying with me for this long. I really want to thank you for investing in your manhood, for learning the three laws that will get you more sex, money, and power once you implement it. But it will get you more than that. The first law is maturity. Peter Pan has to die. The third law is discipline, because when we are not disciplined, we are the tyrant. We are unsafe to those around us. And the third law is your greatness. Fight that dragon, enter the darkness of your cave, and find the gifts of the beautiful man that you were created to be. Guys, thank you so much. I love you, I respect you, and I really pray that somewhere in our journey, we're going to meet very soon. Much love. Bye for now. This is Nero Dowland signing off from the Unconventional Brotherhood, signing off from the Unconventional Warrior, and signing off from the Unconventional Awakened Man. Bye for now.